Hi, this is BB. It's about 1:55 in the morning. I'm in Oklahoma. So yesterday, the day before, I ordered a phone from Amazon. I have a government phone, so the phone itself was um, very cheap. It was $20. I bought from the government website, and it's got cracked. It was just a small phone, like 16 gigs of data, and it was just it became, you combine the small amount of space with the hacking, which is me and the hacker. It couldn't function anymore. It just wouldn't function. So I ordered a phone off of Amazon. It came yesterday, and I put the SIM card in there, and it was working. At least I didn't call or anything, but it was working. I haven't used it yet. And I went to sleep last night, like almost 12 o'clock. Almost 12 o'clock, I went to sleep. And I had the phone with me, and I put it in between the covers because I wasn't sure what's going to happen. And I mentioned this dust yesterday. And at some point, I woke up like about 1:30, and I went to sleep like about 12. So that leaves us a piece of like an hour and a half. At one point, I woke up, and I could feel this dust in my nose, or something directly went into my nose. And I remember becoming lucid enough where I'm thinking, how the hell did she get this so directly into my nose? I'm not even sure, because I am recording my sleep cycle, so I will check the recording. I will check the recording. I remember thinking, how did she get this directly into my nose? Because now my head is killing me. My head hurts right now, right? My head hurts. Shouldn't say that. That's another thing I find that I do. It's like I hold my head all the time, and I say the most awful self-defacing thing. Now, I don't know if this is something that is like, she's making me do it unconsciously, but I am consciously aware of it. I have to break the pattern. Now, when I put my hand to my head and I'm saying to the universe that my head is killing me, guess what's going to happen? With passion, because it's something really is bothering me. If you believe in the law of attraction, the universe is not going to sit there and decipher it. Maybe it's because her head is hurting. Maybe because her head is... it's not going to do that, but it'll start to fulfill that wish, because I have passion behind it. I have passion behind the statement. So I have to check. So if you find you're doing that a lot, you got to check yourself. You're being conditioned to do this, where you're making your body worse. You're helping them. So be careful of that. But anyway, I wondered, I don't know exactly what time it must have happened shortly after I fell asleep, because I fell asleep almost immediately. I was tired. And you see, I said tired, I touched mine. It's like every time I use words like tired, anything that's to keep me under this electronic spell, as it were, that she has. A psychic had referred to it once as glamour, like they glamour you. But it's not spell work. It's not spiritual work. It's not waiting on some jinn or some demon or some angel or some goddess or god somewhere. It's technology. They're using frequencies, actual radio frequencies. This is not spiritual in nature. This is scientific in nature. They're using radio frequencies to do this. So it is like you're conditioning yourself. So be careful. But anyway, I woke up last night, and I was wondering how did this get into my nose? And my throat is already feeling, my voice feels kind of funny. I can hear it. I haven't been asleep that long. It sounds like I've been asleep for hours and hours. I have not. There's a rasp in my voice. My voice does not have a rasp. So I was wondering that, and I fell back asleep, and then I woke up and the phone is laying by itself. Like somehow the cover has pulled in and the phone is laying by itself. She wanted to get to the phone, and I'm sure she has. Now, these people have lots of money. They've stolen massive amounts of money, either from me, from me, some from other people. They have illegally gotten gains. They're full to the brim of money. Why would she want this one fucking phone? What does she want this phone for? Is this just to irritate me or to make me feel a sense of helplessness? Like, well, I can't get away from them. No matter what I do, they're going to find ways to get to me because they're bullies. One thing you can rest assured, these people are complete bullies. They're the equivalent of playground bullies. Like literally, they're playing in a playground. To them, this is a game. To them, this is a joke. They're unfeeling, they're uncaring, they don't care. And somebody on YouTube of that this is happening to, must have been happening to this guy for a while. He is saying that we should start arming ourselves. Because if they're coming into our homes, which means they're trespassing. They're trespassing, they have no right to be here. I really have to find the entrance to the crawl space in my house. Because I know that, how does she get in here? I don't know. How did she get into my house? I've resorted to like behind my door, my front door. I have these bottles of water that I just lean a couple of them from the floor to the door. Like if somebody were to come in, they would have to push them over. If I can't hear, they have to leave again. They have to leave. They're going to have to put that back exactly the way I left it. How did she get here? I don't know. I don't know how she got in. I have a window that doesn't have a screen. Now, I don't know if she comes in that way. I have a window that doesn't have a screen on it. So that could be a possibility. That's how she gets in. She might just step into the window. But anyway, which means this phone has already been messed up. Now, my first instinct was to take the phone and just throw it against the wall. But I'm not going to do that. I just can't afford it. I got the phone using one of those apps where you pay a certain amount of money every month. You know, I can't afford to do that. The only thing I can afford to do is to put the phone down and don't use it. But what are they using these phones for? Is it child pornography? What are they using these phones for? What is she using this phone for? It's got to be they're using it either to commit crimes. Now think about this. If they're using this phone or they're using my device in addition to my router. How do I explain that to the police? Because they're going to ask me that. How is this possible? They're going to ask me that. How is this possible that they're using the phones as well as the router? You see the kind of thing that they're doing to us. You see what they're trying to do to us. They're trying to set us up. This is how they set us up. By doing stuff like this. So we got to be careful. You got to be careful. Now my head is hurting. I don't know what the fuck all over my fucking nose. Last week, and I'm going to say this, I'm not ashamed anymore. What's the point? I was going to the bathroom so many times last week that I had 3 accidents right in his bed. And not my bladder. So do the math. 3 accidents. A grown woman 3 accidents in this bed. The same thing had happened to me about 10 to 8 years ago. Happened to me about 10 to 8 years ago. And now it's happened again. This was also mentioned to me by someone. I don't know if he was a part of this whole thing. They set me up, or if he was telling me the truth. I still haven't figured that out yet. But apparently this is one of their trademarks, to get people to have no control over their bladder and their bowels, which indicates severe drug use, but is also a threat to the person, that they can make them shit on themselves anywhere, or piss on themselves anywhere. That's one way to control them. That they can just click a few buttons, whatever the fuck they do, turn on a few frequency, and the shit comes right through them. This is one way they have, like like they're threatening you, that they can do this to you. How embarrassing. They control you, they own you. Well, you know what? Go ahead, I'll shit in public if I have to. I'll shit my pants like a motherfucker, but you're not gonna shut my fucking mouth. You're not gonna shut my mouth. That's only making me more fucking angry. That's what I tell this one that does this to me. When you try to kill a bitch, she gets a little testy. She gets a little fucking testy. She gets a little testy. So be careful. Mind what you're doing. I just wanted to share this with you on the fucking phone. I know that this is the phone she wanted. Or she just used it as an excuse, because they already jacked the phone up. They already jacked it up. How do I know this? There was an update that gave me, I didn't update it. I saw the update. It said it gave me a specific time that it was going to update. I put the phone down I went to cook something, put the phone on the table. I can't remember if I put it on airplane mode. I put it down, went there, came back. By the time within a space of like 1 hour to half an hour, the phone updated itself. Sitting there on my couch, the phone makes a sound when you turn it on. I'm sitting there, the phone is sitting on the table, I heard the sound. Now the phone is probably cloned. So she doesn't even have to touch it. Why did she have to come in here? I don't know. Why does she have to come in here is to show power. But not just that, is to make her feel powerful. She feels powerful. Breaking and entering into my fucking house and putting stuff in my body. This is the part I need these people to go to jail for. You just can't go into people's homes and just put stuff into their body. Man, this, you know what? This has to be checked, man. This isn't right. The only evidence that we will have is our bodies. The evidence is us. The evidence is us. Remember that. Our bodies, our animals, our children. The evidence is us. And these are people who are in desperation mode, and they're going to try to destroy the evidence. So guess what they're going to try to do? Think about it.